Alright, the weather looks good today, so I should be able to fly the drone after my martial arts. And there was a bunch of wacky new stuff today. Actually, I think this is the first time I actually read or seen a video of a helicopter trying to take down a drone. It's like the other way around. Someone's letting loose the fireworks. Daylight savings here is actually coming soon. I believe you'll earn an extra hours of sleep. I know I have a couple of friends that think daylight savings is completely stupid. And I was reading this article. It says Finland urged to press EU for end to daylight savings time. It says over 70,000 citizens signed a petition pressing for axing of seasonal time shift on grounds that it leads to sleeping disorders and mental health issues. I guess that could be true in many ways. And it even says here, it added that turning the clocks cause short-term sleeping disorders, reduce performance at work, and could also lead to serious health problems. And at the end it says the primary objective should be to abolish the clock movements on uniform basis throughout the EU, the commitment said in a statement. And you know what the funny thing about this was? I was reading the article, and as you go down more, you see a picture of this guy. I was like, is this what daylight savings do to people? Oh, that took longer than I thought today. I'm running out of time. I think I can still get some shots and practice in. I got about a little less than an hour left. But one of the interesting news I read today was this. I mean, take a look at this picture. If you were to see this and the damage to the plane, what would your guess be in terms of what struck this aircraft? That looks pretty huge, like in my opinion. Like the reason why this caught my attention is because most people often say with things like, I don't know, whatever's dangerous in the air, whether it be a bird or a drone, what do you think would have caused this damage? And would you automatically blame one or the other? Like with this, when I look at it as a regular person, I would assume, okay, something mechanical, like a drone, for example. If you showed a picture like that, I would assume most people will say, yeah, for sure, like they're extremely dangerous. It has to be something really gigantic that caused this. Now from reading this article, it was a basketball team's plane. It says here, Thunder charter plane dented en route to Chicago lands safely. As the Oklahoma City Thunder exited their team charter after landing in Chicago shortly after 1 a.m. Saturday, they were greeted by a surprising sight, a large dent in the nose of the plane. And like with that picture that was posted, it said multiple players took to social media to post about the bizarre situation, but the team said everybody is safe and sound and the flight landed as planned and on schedule at Midway International Airport. And as it says here, Carmelo Anthony posted an image of the dented plane with the caption, "What could we have possibly hit in the sky at this time of night? Everybody is safe though." Like, what would you guys think this is? Like, apparently what the theories are, it's a bird. And I was like, really, a bird can cause that kind of damage? And I just quickly like Google searched it, like the images, like I guess it is. You can see all these dents like in a similar fashion for a plane. Although again, it's not verified what it was, but that's kind of crazy, huh? If a bird can do that? So thinking about things like drones, but looking at that make you think kind of like what the narrative I usually hear is, hey, if a bird can do something like that, imagine what a drone with a lithium battery will do. It'll probably blow up the plane or something like that. It just made me think again, if this picture was a drone crash, can you imagine the hysteria that would be created here? But now because it's a bird, it's just one of those, okay, whatever, it got struck, no big deal. It's just kind of funny because in my opinion, if it's about safety, it should be the same thing right now in terms of the seriousness, if that makes sense. This made me think too, because you can probably show this to someone random who doesn't know like what the context is and say, this is what a drone can do, and they'll probably believe it, just like that fake drone video. Whereas afterwards you tell them it's a bird, it'll make you probably wonder like, okay, are there more deadly things in the sky as well, and how do we ever live? So the other story that got me really interested is because I've always said I want to kind of understand the practicality in terms of, for example, a drone flying near a helicopter, for example, would it even be able to last? Or isn't like a helicopter just as dangerous over people? So this was kind of really interesting. It was on Instagram, for example, and they posted this video. It seemed like it was some kind of surfing event, if I'm not mistaken. It says, how do you pronounce this? P-Ahi challenge. And there was a bunch of people around boats that were taping the situation. I guess one person had a drone there, like a Mavic Pro, and I guess they don't like drones being around the area and taping, so this helicopter that's in the area, I guess decided to exterminate it, if that's what you want to call it. So it looked like from this video, what they were doing is the helicopter flew really low, and because of all the wind, eventually I guess the Mavic just couldn't take it, and it blew the Mavic right into the water. And you see people celebrating and everything like that, and they even post messages like saying, hey, you bring your drone there, we're gonna use our helicopter to get rid of it. I'm just thinking, is it just me? Or is the whole idea of safety just crazy? Like bringing a helicopter that low to do something like that? Like even if the drone or whatever isn't supposed to be allowed there, isn't it more dangerous to have the helicopter swooping down, blowing the wind like that? Maybe it's just me. I mean, somebody can enlighten me, but that just seems so, I don't know, it's like a double standard in terms of safety. I would imagine even if it is a drone over your head, that's way safer than a huge helicopter. There's gotta be better ways to take a drone down, for example, if that's your intent. There was even a picture of it, of just the events, so you can kind of get a perspective of where the helicopter was in terms of, I guess, monitoring the situation. I mean, for me, it's just about fairness and consistency. If you think one thing is really bad in that sense, in terms of safety, then it should hold true for everything else like that too. To me, again, it's just weird when you isolate a certain group of people or a hobby or an industry, whereas something else that could clearly be way more dangerous like this, it's just like okay in people's minds. That's a little crazy in my opinion. I don't know, is it just me or what do you guys think? All right, it's a race for the light. Let's try to get some quick captures in. Okay, some quick shots, just basically testing the CP filter and no CP filters when the sun's going down, because it looks so red in some of them, so I'm kind of interested in seeing how it ends up in the final edit. And if people actually know good places to visit and all that, like you guys were suggesting giving me maps and stuff, feel free to give it to me. I'm around the area and I have the means to get there, why not? At the same time, I love exploring new places and everything like that too, whether it's events and culture. So yeah, feel free to let me know if you think there's something around the area that you'd like to see as well. Because even with things like the awareness and stuff, it's just about getting out there more and kind of showing, I guess, people the things that you do. Because everyone relates in a different way, so I like being diverse in that way as well. So yeah, if you have a place in mind or even like those maps or whatever, feel free to give it to me. Alright, see you guys later.